Welcome all to the 2022 Annual Conference on Global Economic Analysis, the 25th edition of the conference, another milestone for the GTAP network, and the third consecutive online version, a less happy milestone. My name is Dominique van der Wensbrugge, and I am Director of the Center for Global Trade Analysis, also known as GTAP, based at Purdue University. As all of you are aware, we were hoping to hold this year's conference in Kigali, and with hindsight, it might have been possible as we are observing a return to normal for many conferences. However, we had to make a decision at the beginning of the year for contractual reasons, which coincided with the height of the Omicron variant and tipped our hand towards reverting to our third straight online meeting. The silver lining is that many more of you can participate because the costs are obviously much lower. We fully anticipate that next year's conference will be held physically in Bordeaux, and we will revert to the Colorado State venue in 2024, and hopefully and most likely back to Kigali in 2025. There is much planning that goes into the annual conference, planning that starts some 3 to 4 years ahead. There are many people to thank for making the annual conference such a large success. Let me start with Stephen Karingi and his colleagues from the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, who had developed the proposal for the Kigali venue and were disappointed by the decision to postpone until 2025. We are also grateful to the Program Committee and the 146 persons from the GTAP network who helped with the abstract reviews. And last, but certainly not least, we owe a large debt to the support staff at the center, notably Ginger and Jeremy. We have a great lineup this year with 176 individual talks in 47 sessions and 2 plenary sessions. The first plenary will focus on trade with 2 very distinguished economists. Robert Steiger from Dartmouth University will address questions related to reshaping the global trade policy architecture. And Trudy Hartzenberg from Tralac will provide an assessment of the African Continental Free Trade Area, a very ambitious trade agreement for Africa that was enacted some 3 years ago. The second plenary will also feature 2 prominent economists. Stephen Karingi will address the role of applied economic policy analysis in shaping the policy framework in Africa. Sébastien Dessous, a formidable CG model, will address the investment prospects for Africa from his perch at the International Finance Corporation. I will close the meeting with a live broadcast. Amongst other things, I will summarize some of the center's achievements over the past year and provide highlights from the annual board meeting being held just prior to the conference. I will also announce our annual awards, one of my favorite tasks as GTAP director. We live in trying times for many of us individually, as well as for the societies we live in. We have witnessed the negative consequences of living with COVID over the past 30 months, and we are still unsure about its near and long-term impacts. To this, we can add renewed geopolitical tensions, exacerbated by Russia's invasion of Ukraine, combined with macroeconomic turmoil, most likely induced by the pandemic and the policy reactions it generated. Needless to say, much of the work we do, and which will be presented over the next few days, addresses many of these concerns, as well as the long-term questions of environmental sustainability. We trust you will enjoy the presentations and discussions, even if they lack some of the intensity of in-presence meetings. I look forward to seeing many of you over the next few days, and allow me to extend our appreciation for your participation.